Chapter 4 continues where Chapter 2, Part 2 end. The armored assassin stood motionless, facing the presence that called itself Mother Earth. For a moment, nothing. Then, "Do you know who the boy is?" The forest answered, not in sound, but in pressure. "No, but his life force was born here." Inside, something in the boy faltered, not a break, a dimming. Mother Earth continued, "Do not grieve yet, young one. I do what I can help you. But what remains of him is very fragile. Older now, heavier. I ask something in return, armored one. Silence. I have fought them, these invasive things, but every action I take costs other lives of animals, land, and even humans." The trees stood still, listening. "If you remove them, I will restore what I can." The assassin didn't move. "I have a mission. To find those sent him and other into the void, and end them, before refusal could form. 10 days northwest, the wind shifted. A place abandoned, not military view, but once protected. You may find something there." Silence stretched. Then, "I'll take the deal. Cold, final. But I don't show mercy." "Good," she answered. And she was gone. The AI came online instantly. "You have 2 hours before reporting to the Oracle. Upload all data." Inside, a quiet voice. "So this a new Plan A?" The assassin moved. "No, still on original Plan A. You get second chance at having a life." "Thanks." "Don't." His voice was flat. "Thank the ones who are giving you the chance." He shifted and disappeared. Absent, the land was already changing. The Alpha Bigfoot is gone, its bloodline erased, balance returning. He crossed ridges, fields, shadows. A herd of elk froze, unaware why. They never saw him. 30 minutes later, the ridge, the valley below. From his pack, a cylinder, locked, deployed. 2 drones connected. A portal small, precise. Blue-silver. A third drone lifted. Transmission began. 10 seconds. Then, a voice entered the assassin's mind so they can talk to both. "Well, this is interesting. You've had quite an eventful first several hours on Earth." Another voice, softer. "How does it feel to be home?" "Strange." The boy. "It will be. A shift. And you, 1984 Zulu Alpha. You're no longer a weapon of the Empire. You need a name." No response. "We've received your data. We're looking into tracking these portal." Another voice joined. "If more exist, send everything. If your theory is correct, then Emperor may have caused more damage to Earth and its people than we realized." Silence. Heavy. Empire crimes won't stay buried. A beat. One more thing. A pulse. "Athena. North America." "That's all. Good luck." The portal collapsed. Gone. He dismantled everything in seconds. Turned. Moved. Telepaths. A pause. "They talk too much." The AI cut in. "Targets have returned. Increased numbers. 8 total. I don't have time for pests." And then, he vanished. Below, they searched. Careful. Hunting the thing that killed their young one. It came without warning. At first, movement. Wrong. Then, steel. 2 blades long, short, and then, nothing survived. Was not a fight, it was instruction in death. The first dropped before it could react. The second turned. Too late. The third ran. Didn't make 3 steps. The pack leader watched. Confusion, then understanding, then fear. 7 bodies hit the ground in seconds. Blood misted the air. The howls died with them. Silence reclaimed the valley. The last one stood alone, shaking. And then it saw him. Still. Watching. Cold jade lenses locked onto it with "Say I gave you a chance to live." The alpha dog man roared and lunged, mid-air, a flash, a shift, a mistake. It felt the cut before it understood it. Its body separated cleanly. Two halves hit the ground, one blink. Darkness. The assassin turned away. No pause, no acknowledgement. 8 bodies lay where they fell. He reached the entrance, stepped inside. Not a cave, a mining tunnel, old, abandoned, taken. The walls were lined with bones, stacked, ordered, deliberate. He stopped. A broken baby carriage sat against the wall. Several torn backpacks lay scattered nearby. Still, silent. The voices in his mind said nothing. 2 drones were detached, hovering. Find the base, northwest of this area. To first drone. A beat. Second drone. Population centers. And identify the species I engaged, and anything else in the region. A pause. And Athena, his tone dropped. Run silent. Do not be seen. They vanished. He ate all food that was eatable. Fuel. Nothing more. A small fire burned low. Controlled. He sat motionless, letting the body recover. The mind never did. This mission started long before this mountain. The moment the Emperor marked every elite ghost assassin for death. He had been one of them, and he survived. Just like the boy did, 12 years, planning, refining, waiting. One outcome, one shot. The Emperor dies and everyone tied to him. What comes after? Irrelevant. Patterns are formed, not random, never random. Movement, Bigfoot, dogmen, werewolves, and others, across regions, across continents. But some out spreading, but not very far. Clustering. Near military installations, government sites, black locations that didn't officially exist. Some were, others, untouched. No signs of conflict, no disturbance, as if Bigfoot, Dogman, and other have to stay close to where the portals that brought into this world. In the case of the alpha male, Bigfoot, need to escape to heal and regroup and start over. So find the portals that they all use and destroy them all, and all cryptids must also die. So will all who work for the Emperor, and all humans who side with him will die. He stood. The fire died behind him. The cold took its place. He would move at sunrise, and when he did, he wouldn't just find the truth, he would rip it out. After a 2-day layover in Fairbanks, weather delays had grounded them, waiting, losing time. Leah's team was already behind, 4 days left. After that, conditions would turn, and the hidden base would become unreachable. If that wasn't enough, they were 6 hours behind Chris, Nate, Manny, and Doug. And those 4 had a reputation. They didn't look for trouble. Trouble found them. Leah leaned forward in her seat, headset on. Listening. Always listening. Her team, Sentinel of the Night Security Corps, was moving again, deep into the Alaskan wilderness. Inside the remodel M923 and update, armored vehicle called the Juggernaut. Max drove, steady hands, eyes forward. Heather scanned the systems, data flickering across her screens. Vic sat quiet, watching everything. Leah stayed on comms, tracking, thinking, waiting. Max broke the silence. "Hey, boss. Good thing we ran recon on that base." A glance in the mirror. 6P op, 4 months back. Might be saving us now. Leah smirked faintly. "Yeah, Chris and Nate." She shook her head. "Pain in my ass." A few quiet laughs. But her tone shifted. "They don't break when things go bad." Add Manny and Doug to that. She leaned forward slightly. And I wouldn't bet against them. The humor faded. Not completely. Just enough. They had stopped along a narrow stretch of water. Unplanned. Chris and Nate tried fishing. Late lunch. Something normal. Something human. Doug and Manny stayed near the vehicle, stretching, checking gear, routine. No fish. Didn't matter. They followed the same rule, burned into them from day one. Check your gear, then check it again, because it's the only thing that won't hesitate when everything else does. Daylight was fading. The sky dimmed faster than it should have. Shadows stretched long, too long. The forest felt off, quiet, not peaceful, empty. They took positions, glassing the terrain, watching, waiting. 2 hours passed, nothing, no movement, no sound, not even wind. Doug froze. You feel that? Chris didn't answer. The hairs on the back of his neck were already standing up. Something wasn't right. The air had changed. Pressure, like something was watching, but staying just out of sight. No hesitation. They moved. Fast. Back to the Hummer. Strapped in, weapons up. Engine roaring to life. Cutting through the silence that had been pressing in around them. Moving. For a while, nothing. Then, Doug's voice snapped over comms. Contact left, a beat. Holy hell. At the same time, right side, Nate barked. Manny leaned forward. Movement, multiple. Shapes exploded from the tree line. Fast, too fast, closing. Chris didn't hesitate. Open fire, make your shots count. Gunfire erupted inside the vehicle, muzzle flashes strobing the interior. Shit, dogmen. Werewolves, Manny shouted. Don't care, Chris snapped. I drive, you three kill. The vehicle surged forward, engine roaring, tires ripping through dirt and brush. Branches slammed against the armored sides, cracking, snapping. Something heavy hit the roof. Metal groaned. One of the creatures broke ahead, cutting them off. Too fast, too close. Chris kept one hand on the wheel. The other moved without thought. 10 millimeters drawn, 10 yards. The creature lunged. Chris fired. The round punched through just behind the skull. Bone shattered. The creature dropped instantly, rolling, tumbling, vanishing beneath the vehicle as they tore past. For a split second, the pack hesitated. Then they came harder, faster, smarter. They're adapting, Manny shouted. Claws scraped across the rear armor, screeching metal. The vehicle lurched. Something slammed into the back hard enough to rattle teeth. 15 minutes out from the base, Manny yelled. We don't slow them. We die at the gate. Doug slammed a fresh shells in the shotgun. Garage area. Best cover. Defensible, Nate added. Chris keyed the radio. Leah, come in. Static. Leah, come in. Nothing. This is Chris. We've got a snafu. The vehicle shook. Something hit the rear hard, harder than before. The back end fishtailed. Max level force. Another impact. Closer. Stronger. Chris tightened his grip. 15 minutes out. Gunfire cracked again. Tight bursts, controlled. We are under attack. A breath. Steady. Focused. Dogmen. Werewolves. Doesn't matter. They're real. Another slam. Something clawed across the side. Sparks ripping through the darkness. Leah, come in. Only Static answered. Leah's team had stopped for a quick 15-minute break. 4 hours inside the juggernaut had stiffened muscles, slowed reactions. They needed it, even if time was against them. The air felt wrong, too quiet. Max had just stepped out when the comms cracked to life. Anybody? Chris. Broken. Barely there. Max was already moving. Headset up. Chris, this is Max. Talk to me. Static. Then, Max, we're under. The signal tore apart. 10 minutes. Dead. Max didn't think, didn't process. He ran. Leah, we move. Now. His voice hit like a trigger pull. The guys are under attack. Everything stopped for half a second. then snapped back to life. Heather, Vic, Leah, all moving at once, back inside, strapped in. Max slammed into the driver's seat, engine already roaring. The juggernaut came alive. Leah grabbed the headset. "Chris, Nate, come in." Nothing. She flipped the external speakers on. "Everyone listens." Then it hit. Gunfire, fast, close, contained chaos. A howl, deep, wrong. Not human, not animal. Boom. A shotgun blast ripped through the speakers. "Leah!" Manny, shouting, breaking through noise and violence. "We're in a fight for our lives." Static shredded the rest. "We got 12 more. Dog. Were." The juggernaut surged forward. Max had already buried the throttle. The horn blasted, loud, violent, cutting through the wilderness like a warning. Leah leaned into the mic, voice sharp, controlled. "Stay on comms, we're coming to you." Static answered. Then more howls, closer, layered, surrounding. "They're not slowing down. They're splitting up." Leah froze, just for a fraction, listening. Everyone inside the juggernaut went still. Then Nate's voice cut through. Different, focused. "Where's my red bag? Where hell is my red bag?" Leah's eyes narrowed. She knew that tone. They rounded the trees and stopped. 20 yards ahead, shapes stepped into the road, not running, waiting. 6 of them, massive, 7 feet tall, thick muscle under dark, matted black fur, breathing slow, controlled. At the center, the alpha, solid black fur and muscle, 9 feet, still. Watching. 400 yards beyond them, the base, their only way out. Behind, movement, 30 yards back, the rest of the pack closed in. They were boxed. Nate was already moving. Flash bangs, 1 each, no words needed. Chris keyed the headset. "Well, we either walk out of this, or we don't." Manny grinned. "Then let's make it hurt." Chris nodded once. "On 3. 1, 2, 3. 4 grenades left their hands. Time stretched. Boom, 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 boom. Flashbangs, controlled, timed, too close. Then, nothing. The transmission died. Static filled the cabin, low, constant. No one spoke. The juggernaut slowed, not by command, by instinct. Then stopped. Silence settled inside, heavy, pressing. No gunfire, no voices, no movement, just the faint hiss of dead calms, and the understanding no one wanted to say out loud. One dropped in front of the Alpha, other land in the behind the Alpha. One hit the rear pack. The 4th snapped out of the air. White, violence, sound tore the valley apart. Creatures collapsed, clawing at their heads, howls turning into broken screams. The one that caught it, its jaw vanished, gone. It hit the ground, screaming, blood pouring. "Go!" The vehicle exploded forward. Gunfire ripped through the air, controlled, precise, relentless. The sum of the pack recovered quickly than the others did. "They're back up." "We bought us maybe extra 30 seconds, Doug shouted. One leapt, hit the side. Metal screamed. Claws dragged sparks across the armor. Another nearly cleared the hood. Nate dropped it mid-air, body slammed across the windshield, then vanished beneath them. 3 minutes, Manny yelled. The base grew closer, too slow, still too far. The gate, open, no hesitation, they blasted through. "Garage!" The door was open just enough. Chris didn't slow, didn't adjust. He drove straight through, metal shrieking as the vehicle forced its way inside. Manny hit the ground running, grabbed the door. Nate and Doug lobbed 2 tear gas grenades outside, dragged it shut, slammed it closed, locked. "Move!" They ran, up the stairs, fast, no wasted motion. Office level, prepared months ago, Positions: Manny, Doug, stairwell, Chris, Nate, windows, weapons up, breathing controlled, waiting. Below. Movement. The pack entered. Slower now. Careful. Something about the place was wrong. Even predators felt it. Tear gas drifted through the lower level. Their scent fading. Breaking. Confusion. Irritation. Uncertainty. Time stretched. 30 minutes. No one spoke. No one moved. Then, one by one, the pack withdrew. Silence returned. But it wasn't empty. Inside the juggernaut, the quiet pressed in, heavy, unmoving. No one spoke. Max and Vic stared forward through the armored glass, the dark outline of the base barely visible in the distance. Same expression, blank. Heather stayed on the panels, eyes moving, hands steady. Leah leaned over the comm console, cycling channels. Again. Nothing. Just static. Nearly an hour had passed. Vic finally broke. Quiet. Should we call it in? Let home base know. Leah didn't look up. No. Flat. Final. No one argued. No one wanted to make that call. Outside, the last light died. Cold settled in. Early October in Alaska. Then, the radio cracked. A voice. Faint, worn, controlled. Hey. We're still alive. Every head snapped towards the speakers. We're dug in, Chris continued, breathing slower than it should be. Safe for now, if they don't come back. Leah grabbed the mic. Chris, where are you? Second floor office, above the motor pool. Relief moved through the vehicle. Quiet, controlled. We're coming to get you, Leah said. Immediate. Negative. Chris didn't hesitate. Not safe yet. Then, Doug and Nate are setting up a few... You're not welcome gifts, Leah leaned in. Chris, listen. Calm, steady. Have Max and Vic get that M60 ready in case we need it. Leah slowly turned, looked at them. Both raised their hands. Instantly. Vic shrugged. Max gave a small grin. Thought we might need it. Leah shook her head. Unbelievable. Chris came back over the comms. Hunker down tonight. Move at first light. Unless we call sooner. Leah didn't answer right away. Everything in her pushed forward. Now, not later. But he was right. All right, she said quietly. First light. The line went quiet, high above the base. On a dark ridge overlooking the valley, the assassin watched. 2 drones hovered in the cold night air. Silent, unseen. One circled the base, tracking Chris's team, tracking the creatures still moving through the trees. The second drifted toward Leah's position, watching the juggernaut, calculating, waiting. Assassin returned to his vantage point, silent, unseen. Earlier, he had tested them, unlocked the gate, opened the motor pool, watched. They reacted, survived, not fast enough. So he waited, calculated, observed. Inside, the boy stirred. Uneasy. Assassin ignored it. Morning was coming, and when it did, the base, and everything around it, would drown in blood. Some of it dying. Some of them are already dead. Leah and her team spent the next hour refining their plan. If nothing changed, they moved at first light. If it did, they adapted. The juggernaut was positioned 500 yards from the base. Angled, ready. No wasted movement if they had to launch. Inside, cots unfolded, rotations set. 4 people, 4 watches. No one slept fully. They ate in silence, checked weapons, checked them again. Max and Vic went over the M60. Feed, cycle. Ready. Outside. The forest didn't feel right. Bathroom breaks were quick, careful, eyes always watching the tree line. Inside the base. The same routine. Weapons checked, Traps set, eyes on the dark beyond the walls and cameras up and working. Waiting. 4-hour watch. What none of them knew. The fight had carried. The sound, the blood, the scent. It moved through the forest, farther than it should have. And something listened. Not one. More. Moving. Closing. Drawn to the same place. 2 a.m. crept closer. At 1:30, Doug was on watch. Through the night vision feed, movement, the base pack stirring, half-turned south, toward the juggernaut. The rest faced north, watching something else. Doug moved fast, woke Chris, then the others, seconds. And the room was alive. Weapons up, eyes locked on the monitors. At 1:45, Leah took over watch. The forest looked still, too still. Then, it was there. No movement, no warning, just presence, right against the armored outside cameras. Eyes, yellow, bloodshot, locked onto her. Leah didn't move. The creature inhaled, deep, slow. Then it howled. The sound slammed into the vehicle, vibrating metal, shaking bone, ripping through the night. Everyone woke at once. Leah barely had time to speak before the creature turned. Several darker shapes followed it, moving slowly toward the base. High above, 2 drones watched, silent, unseen. Data streamed, patterns formed, 2 packs converging. Below, a kill zone forming. On the ridge, the assassin calculated 150 outcomes. Most ended the same. Everyone dead. Unacceptable. He chose another path. The pack near the juggernaut would arrive first. He would erase them. Before the others arrived, a 3rd drone deployed. A small red-orange portal opened, silent, hidden in the pack's blind spot. He stepped through. Gone. When he emerged, he was already shadow, not moving through darkness, becoming it. The first pack of werewolves in brown fur move. Past the vehicle, never saw him. The last wolf in line, split cleanly in half. It hit the ground before the front realized it was gone. The pack stopped, turned, confused. Inside the juggernaut, Leah's team watched through night optics. The wolves began circling, tight, searching. The alpha stepped forward, 9 feet, scarred, gray fur darkened with old blood and old scars. It snarled into the trees. Something had just challenged it, and it would answer. 1:55 a.m. 2 wolves dropped, legs gone at the knees, clean cuts. They screamed, dragging themselves across frozen ground. 1:56 a.m. A flash, purple, green. A head separated from its body, rolled, stopped. The body followed seconds later. Inside the juggernaut, no one spoke. Vic finally broke. What the hell attacks 12 werewolves like it's ordering a combo meal? Heather didn't look away. Something much worse. Outside, the alpha roared. The pack tightened, backs together, facing outward. They knew. They were being hunted. The comms crackled. Everyone flinched. Nate. Hey, boss lady, we could use some backup. Leah grabbed the mic. We've got wolves at our front door, she said, and something is killing them. Silence, then. Well, that explains one of the reason. Our friends just came inside. Leah frowned. Perfect. Voices behind Nate. Movement. Weapons shifting. Okay, come when you can. The line held. Barely. Outside, 2 more wolves screamed. Leah turned back to the optics. The alpha was losing control. Another wolf, split at the waist, upper body sliding free. Another, burned from the inside out. Green energy erupted through its chest, one throwing axes buried deep, pinning it in place. The smell, even through the optics, felt real. The Alpha had lost half its pack. Now, it was fighting to survive. Inside the juggernaut, the clock flipped. 2 a.m. Max's voice was calm. Vic drives. I'll run the M60. We punch through. Leah raised a hand. Wait. She didn't look at them, didn't blink. She watched, measured, because whatever was out there wasn't finished. Give it a couple minutes. Leah's voice stayed steady. Then we move. Hard. She keyed the radio. Chris, this is Leah. We're coming in hot. 10 minutes. Outside, the remaining wolves surged, all at once charging the darkness. The darkness moved, faster than them. It didn't meet the attack. It passed through it. A shadow cut forward. 2 blades flashing, purple, green. 1 strike. A wolf split clean in half. Inside the juggernaut, Heather saw it, clearly. For the first time, 2 blades, not weapons. Extensions, moving like death, had chosen a shape. Her voice trembled. I looked into the abyss, and it looked back. And its name is Shadow Ronin. The words hung in the air, heavy, wrong. Everyone turned to her. Heather didn't look away from the screen. It didn't come from me, she said quietly. It just was there. Vic nodded slowly. Yeah, that fits. No one disagreed. Outside, the Alpha had 6 left. It felt like it now. All 6 attacked, spreading, encircling, too slow. 2:02 a.m. Ronin moved. The left side collapsed instantly. 2 wolves, gone before the others reacted. The Alpha lunged. Ronin didn't block, didn't strike. He redirected it, like it weighed nothing. Again, every attack. Wasted. Every movement. Calculated. 2:05 a.m. Only 2 remained. The Alpha and the Shadow. Heather leaned in. It's just them now. Then something changed. Ronin stopped, and slowly, deliberately, he sheathed both blades. Leah frowned. Why would he do that? Max shook his head. No idea. Heather didn't blink. That wasn't hesitation. That was a decision. Vic leaned back slightly. That thing, he exhaled. Looks like someone built a perfect killer and forgot to give it limits. Leah didn't answer right away. Her eyes stayed on the screen. What in hell did we just walk into? Outside, the Alpha stood alone. Its pack gone, stripped from Alpha to something else. It circled slowly, claws grinding into stone. Its amber eyes never left the shadow. Heather leaned closer, voice lower now, tighter. Guys. Vic glanced over. What? Heather pointed. I think it knows now. It's not the hunter anymore. The Alpha snarled and lunged. 2:06 a.m. 800 pounds of muscle and rage launched through the air. A hand rose. The assassin caught it by the throat. Momentum died instantly. His other hand drove forward, not a punch, a precise strike. The Alpha folded, air gone, body failing. 2:07 a.m. The Shadow forced it down. One hand gripped the upper jaw, the other, the lower. For a moment, they held. Amber eyes, locked on cold, green light. The Alpha snarled, claws tearing across Ronin's armor. The assassin didn't react. His grip tightened. Then, with terrifying strength, he forced the jaws apart. Bone cracked. The Alpha thrashed violently, trying to break free. The assassin held it there, staring directly into its eyes. Then he pulled. A wet, tearing sound echoed through the forest. The Alpha collapsed. The assassin let the body fall and stepped away. Inside the juggernaut, Vic stared. Holy hell! He just went King Kong on that thing. Then, movement. Move. Vic slid into the driver's seat. The juggernaut roared to life and tore down the road. On the monitor, the shadow didn't look at them, didn't track them, didn't care. He stepped forward, picked up the axes, turned, and walked toward the base with more werewolf to kill. 2:10 a.m. All hell broke loose on the base. The third pack with silver and white fur collided with the base pack. Teeth, claws, fury. They tore into each other. Some caught the scent of Chris's team. The fight shifted. Howls filled the night. Bones cracked, flesh ripped. Gunfire answered. Explosions shook the motor pool. Inside the office, boom! A wolf crashed through the window, glass exploding inward. The glass and wolf slamming Chris to the floor. It raised its large claw at Doug fired. From 12 feet away, the slug hit it in the neck. The part of the body dropped across Chris. Chris shoved it off, gave Doug a quick thumbs up. Outside, the juggernaut's horn roared. Then, the M60 opened up. A wall of fire tore through both packs. Explosions followed, tight, controlled, deadly. The base pack disappeared under it. The third pack cut down to 4. The juggernaut slid to a stop at the outside stairwell door. Rear doors blew open. Vic, Heather, Max, Leah, all firing. Cover fire rained from the office above. They moved, fast, inside, one by one, all but one. Heather. She turned, bringing up the rear, and stopped. A shadow swallowed her, behind her. Something massive rose, claws spread, ready to tear her apart. Before it moved, a flash, an axe buried deep into its side. Green energy erupted, ripping through its body. The creature burned from within, collapsed instantly. Heather didn't move. Vic stared. That, a breath, might not be from here. Silence fell, not empty, wrong. The remaining 3 wolves broke, vanished into the forest. Then, movement. A figure stepped from the shadows, urban tiger camo, 2 swords across his back, the assassin. He walked forward, calm, unhurried, pulled the glowing axe free. Heather saw him, really saw him. She screamed. The team rushed out. Vic reached her, pulled her in, pistol already up. The assassin didn't react, didn't look at them. He stepped back and was gone. No sound, no trace, like he had never been there. The team stood frozen. Leah snapped first. Juggernaut inside, now! Nate, Doug, grab everything. I want early warning. She looked at them, hard. We sleep in the Juggernaut. No exceptions. 3 a.m. A wounded howl echoed through the forest, then another, then a third. Everyone froze, then moved faster. Max muttered, "If we heard that," a glance into the darkness. So did he. "Manny!" yelled at Leah. Everyone turned. "Chris is down." "He's hurt bad." Leah stopped, just for a second. Then everything narrowed. Deep in the forest, the shadow moved. No sound, no trace. The AI spoke inside his mind, calm, certain. They are moving northeast. Probability of escape, 0. Ronan didn't respond. He kept moving. Because the outcome was already decided. Before the sun rose, 3 more pieces would be gone. Not hunted, removed. One night, cold, ruthless, final. 3 packs of werewolves, erased. But they weren't the first. Before them, a pack of dogmen. Before that, a family of Bigfoots. The board was changing, quieter now, but not empty, because something else is moving in the dark, watching, waiting, hunting, and now the question wasn't if another piece would fall, but which one, and more importantly, what was strong enough to stay on the board. Hello everyone, thank you for watching Chapter 4 of Shadow Ronin. Please share, like, and subscribe to the channel. Every bit helps. On the screen are characters. They will be part of the series. Leah's people will be working with Shadow Ronin in upcoming chapters, and Chapter 5 is in the works. Thanks again.